Hey, thank you very much for selecting this model, and hopefully this is a little tutorial, a little video tutorial to help you sort of navigate through the model. It's very convenient yet powerful. I've been doing this for many years, and I'm very pleased that I can provide this for everybody. So let's get right to work, okay?
All right, here we go. We've got this labor model, powerful, convenient, fast, to come up with rates that are specific for your customer, or if you are a procurement manager or someone that is interested in trying to find out more about labor rates, it's a good tool to be able for your use for your bids. So real quick, we've got 4 tabs. We've got the rate sheet, which is your primary data entry tab. We've got a dashboard here, sort of a visual of the data that you enter in your rate sheet. Your actual billing, which is what you actually bill to the customer versus your forecast. And then, of course, the last tab is data. Now, data is a collection of all the data that you enter into your rate sheet, as well as your actual billing. And then you draw some conclusions, some good analytics from that information. Now, back to the rate sheet. What we have is we've got straight time model, just year one, and then we have an overtime model, year one. And pretty much the spreadsheet, of course, is protected, and the blue on the spreadsheet is designated as a data entry. Everything else is protected. The only exception to that rule is over here to this customer side right there. And that field you can modify, and you can put in whatever customer name you desire. At this point in time, we've got Acme, and it translates down to the bottom right there. But if I try to change something, of course, it's going to say, no, don't do that. It's not good. And so let's start with job classification here. Let's put in welder, W-E-L-D-R. And what you'll notice real quick right off the bat, there's welder down there too. So it translates down into the overtime. And we're going to pay this individual $38 an hour. And I'm going to tab on over. And it tabs automatically goes over to the blue field because that's unprotected. And we're going to pay that. We're going to probably account for about 2,000 hours here. And we're not just going to have one welder. We're going to have 2 welders. Now let's say 3 welders. What the heck? And then it jumps back down, and you can enter in heavy equipment, maintenance professional, whatever you might want to put in here. And it just keeps on going and going and going. And then up here in the blue here where my cursor is and the comment box are located are other data entries, because we want to be able to have a fully loaded cost here. So what we have is, let's say 9%. We can change whatever it is. Our insurance, our workers' comp insurance, as signified by the box, let's say it's 12. And our benefits, we're going to be generous here, and we're going to go 15. Okay, so what we have is we have a fully loaded cost, the 9%, 12%, of course the 15%, translated all the way through on your data entry. And it gives you a fully loaded cost of around $13 based off of these inputs, or a total of $51.68. That is a straight time without profit now, no profit margin there. And I'll say we're gonna do a 10% profit margin on that. And so what we have is a complete bill rate of $56.85, and we got 6,000 hours of combined work for these welders. And Acme, based off of this data entry, based off of these inputs and all that good stuff, is around 340,000 based off of 3 welders. As we sort of slide on down, we go to our overtime model, and we've got welder right there ready to go. We've got it already booted up for $57 an hour, time and a half. Now, we're going to change these because maybe it's not, our tax rate may be 3%. Or our insurance, let's say 5, and then our benefits, we'll keep it at 5. Doesn't matter. And we're going to make 6% on these transactions for all overtime. And so you can see, and then right here, we're going to say, let's say they work 500 hours, right? 500 hours, 3 people, translated from above there down to here, 3 people, 1,500 hours, total of 34 per person, or 113 up here per person, on into a total of 102,000 and some change. So Acme is going to be paying about 340,000 for straight time for 3 welders, plus 102,000 for the overtime forecasted. Now, sometimes there's some additional stuff that needs to be a part of a labor contract. And let's say we need a toolbox, because we do need a toolbox. So toolbox, and that toolbox is going to be around for 365 days. It's going to be there the whole time. 365 or whatever, how many days it's going to be there. And we're going to charge, let's say, 50 per day. And that gives us a total of 18,000 for that toolbox for 365 days, and so on. And you can enter in some additional costs here, flexibility, and then over to the right here, total costs to customer for labor. Here it is. It all totals up. And for this particular situation, what we've got is about $461,000 per year for 3 welders based off of that rate. Now, once again, this is a great opportunity for any procurement or anybody that is interested in simplifying their lives for labor. Here it is. It's a good thing. So I'll go to the dashboard. It's going to be quite simple here. We've got, welders, labor resources. We've got 3. We got a welder here, and we're going to be making a profit margin of $5.17. And then, of course, here's the customer's labor cost per classification. As a welder, boom. And then a cost allocation, of course, 100% goes to the welders, 100%. So it modifies or changes as the data changes. So as we go to the next tab, let's say we get the contract and we're starting to put in some information. We're billing on a weekly basis. And as you continue to say, okay, total hours worked, boom, straight time costs, overtime hours, overtime costs. And all that information, that data, gets put into this particular data spreadsheet here. Now, this is protected. Once again, this is where all your analytics come from. So what we have is we've got 6,000, 1,500. We got an 80-20 split right there. You can see all of the information that is broken down. We've got all the data right here automatically populated. And the information that is, here we go, gross profit. We got our welder. It translates all the way through and so on and so forth. And then if we went back to actual billing, let's say we've got 80 hours and $5,000 for just going there. Let's say we did 20 hours here, and then that went to 4,000 and so on. We can come over here, boom, and there it is right there. That's your actual monthly cost. And then you got a little variance. That is, it just so there's a lot of information here that one can definitely draw from. But that's really it. That's the key here is it's very powerful, very quick, very clear. And I'm glad that you're able to use it because I've used it a number of times, and it's a pretty wonderful tool. If you have any questions, comments, definitely give me a buzz at 225-772-0613, or just email me at info, that's INFO, Leaf Services with an S, LLC.com. That's info at leafservicesllc.com. Now, I'll be coming up with more simplified models and all that good stuff, so check with me quite frequently and have a great and safe day.